Kris Kristofferson, the iconic country singer-songwriter and actor, has passed away at the age of 88, leaving behind a remarkable legacy that intertwines his contributions to both music and film. His family confirmed his death on a Sunday night, stating he passed away peacefully at home on Saturday. The heartfelt statement, signed by his wife Lisa, his 8 children and 7 grandchildren, expressed gratitude for the time they shared with him. "We're all so blessed for our time with him. Thank you for loving him all these many years, and when you see a rainbow, know he's smiling down at us all." Admired for the grit, emotional vulnerability, and literary craft of his country songwriting, Kristofferson's influence on the music industry is profound. He frequently topped the U.S. country charts, and cover versions of his songs became hits for a range of renowned artists, including Janis Joplin, Gladys Knight, and Johnny Cash. Kristofferson's songwriting encapsulated themes of heartache, resilience, and introspection, resonating deeply with listeners across generations. One of his most celebrated songs, "Me and Bobby McGee," recorded by Joplin, became a No. 1 hit posthumously in 1971, showcasing Kristofferson's ability to convey complex emotions through simple yet powerful lyrics. Another signature piece, "Sunday Morning Comin' Down," was performed by Johnny Cash, who released it as a single that topped the country charts in 1970 and won the Country Music Association's Song of the Year. These tracks highlight Kristofferson's songwriting prowess, blending personal narratives with universal themes that speak to the human experience. Born in Texas in 1936, Kristofferson was raised in a military family, which deeply influenced his worldview and values. He attended high school in California, where he initially aspired to be a novelist, pursuing literature at Pomona College and later at the University of Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. This academic background shaped his lyrical storytelling, making his songs resonate with literary depth. Inspired by the emerging rock and roll scene, he ventured into music, adopting the stage name Kris Kristofferson during his early performances in the UK, although the songs he recorded during this time never saw release. Kristofferson's journey into music took a significant turn during his service in the U.S. Army, where he trained as a helicopter pilot. This experience would later color his songwriting and persona, as he drew on the complexities of military life and the quest for authenticity in a world filled with expectations. After leaving the military in 1965, Kristofferson grappled with the tensions between his family's aspirations for him and his desire to forge his own path in the arts. "I took pride in being the best laborer or the guy that could dig the ditches the fastest," he later reflected, emphasizing his drive to pursue a life of adventure and creativity. Relocating to Nashville, the heart of country music, Kristofferson worked various jobs to support himself, including as a bartender and janitor for Columbia recording studios. These experiences provided him with insights into the music industry and inspired his songwriting. Throughout the late 1960s, he penned songs for a variety of artists, including Jerry Lee Lewis and country stars like Ray Stevens, Faron Young, and Billy Walker. However, despite his talents, his solo career initially struggled to gain traction. A pivotal moment in Kristofferson's career occurred when he infamously landed a National Guard helicopter in Johnny Cash's yard, presenting Cash with a tape of his songs. This audacious act, which Kristofferson later described as kind of an invasion of privacy that I wouldn't recommend, ultimately paid off. Cash was impressed by "Sunday Morning Comin' Down," and his version reached the top of the country charts, marking the beginning of Kristofferson's rise to fame. In 1970, Kristofferson recorded his self-titled debut album, the first of 18 studio albums he would release over his career. His collaborations with prominent artists helped cement his status in the music industry. He briefly dated Janis Joplin, who recorded "Me and Bobby McGee," and it became a defining hit after her tragic death in 1970. Another of Kristofferson's songs from that year, "Help Me Make It Through the Night," gained widespread acclaim, becoming a hit single for Sammy Smith and later covered by notable artists such as Elvis Presley, Gladys Knight, and Mariah Carey. As his music career flourished, Kristofferson began to explore acting, first appearing in Dennis Hopper's The Last Movie. His striking looks and charismatic presence soon made him a sought-after actor in Hollywood. Notable films from this period include his portrayal of Billy the Kid in Sam Peckinpah's Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid 1973, His role alongside Ellen Burstyn in Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, 1974, and his performance in the sports comedy drama Semi-Tough, 1977, which starred Burt Reynolds. His role in A Star is Born, 1976, opposite Barbra Streisand, further solidified his Hollywood success, earning him a Golden Globe Award and widespread acclaim. Streisand paid tribute to Kristofferson on social media, describing him as a special and charming performer. As the 1970s progressed, Kristofferson's career continued to evolve. He enjoyed a resurgence in the early 1980s when he formed a supergroup with Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, and Waylon Jennings, known as the Highwaymen. Their debut album, Highwayman, released in 1985, featured the title track written by Jimmy Webb and returned Kristofferson to the top of the country charts. This collaboration not only revitalized his career but also highlighted the camaraderie and shared artistry among these legendary musicians. Despite his successes, Kristofferson faced challenges, including the commercial failure of Heaven's Gate, 1980, which was notorious for its troubled production and box office flop status. However, his acting career remained steady, and he continued to take on diverse roles. In 1996, he played the villainous Sheriff Charlie Wade in John Sayles' acclaimed neo-Western Lone Star, alongside Chris Cooper and Matthew McConaughey, further showcasing his versatility as an actor. This role led to notable appearances in the Blade trilogy as vampire hunter Abraham Whistler, starring opposite Wesley Snipes, introducing him to a new generation of fans. Throughout the 1980s, Kristofferson became increasingly vocal about his political beliefs, particularly criticizing U.S. foreign policy in Central America during the Reagan administration. His album Repossessed, 1986, reflected his concerns about the conflicts in the region, emphasizing his commitment to social justice and humanitarian issues. His willingness to speak out against injustice resonated with many fans and fellow artists alike, reinforcing his image as not just an entertainer but a conscientious citizen. As he continued to balance his music and acting careers, Kristofferson's personal life also evolved. He was married 3 times, first to Fran Beer in 1960, followed by his marriage to singer Rita Coolidge in 1973. Their duets album, Full Moon, released the same year, became one of Kristofferson's biggest hits, crossing over into the pop charts. Their marriage, while initially celebrated, ultimately ended in divorce in 1980. He later married Lisa Myers in 1983, with whom he had 5 children, adding to the 3 children from his previous marriages. Kristofferson's role as a father was profoundly important to him, and he often reflected on how fatherhood shaped his worldview and influenced his artistry. As the years passed, Kristofferson transitioned into a quieter phase of his life, eventually retiring from public life in 2021. His final film role was in the Ethan Hawke-directed drama Blaze, 2018, and his most recent album, The Cedar Creek Sessions, released in 2016, showcased his enduring musical talent. In his later years, Kristofferson faced health challenges, including struggles with memory loss and other ailments, but he remained surrounded by family and loved ones who cherished the time spent with him. Following his death, tributes poured in from the music and film community, reflecting the profound impact he had on countless artists and fans. Country singer Dolly Parton, who collaborated with Kristofferson on several occasions, expressed her grief, stating, "What a great loss! What a great writer! What a great actor! What a great friend! I will always love you, Dolly." Similarly, Reba McEntire remembered him as a gentleman, kind soul, and a lover of words, highlighting the warmth and kindness he exhibited throughout his life. The outpouring of love and admiration from colleagues and fans alike serves as a testament to Kristofferson's remarkable influence on the world of entertainment. In the broader context of American music history, Kris Kristofferson's contributions to country music and popular culture cannot be overstated. He played a pivotal role in the evolution of the outlaw country movement alongside legends like Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings, blending elements of rock, folk, and country to create a sound that resonated with audiences seeking authenticity and emotional depth.